exciting day. They were saying, well, can you get a substitute? No, you get me home no matter what.
Okay, we're going to start. Ready?
It's not fair. They don't want to play with me anymore. I didn't do anything. It's not my fault. Just because my parents had to fire somebody at the restaurant, they had to. They couldn't afford to pay them anymore. It's not even my parents' fault. It's hard to run a restaurant. You have to pay all the rent, all the bills, pay everybody else, all the workers, the waiters, the cooks, the cleaners. They have to buy all the food and all the ingredients. And the dishes they keep breaking, it gets expensive. And my dad's even talking about having to close the restaurant if this 15 now thing passes. How are they going to afford to pay everybody $15 an hour just to work there? It's not rocket science. They're just waiters. They're going to have to fire everybody. And then what are they going to do? What are we going to do? And my parents aren't greedy. They're like the nicest people I know. And they're not lazy. They work all the time. I hardly ever see them. And it's not like we're rich or anything. What about Xavier? He's the rich one. His parents own a whole freaking cannery. And they're making all kinds of money. My dad says they charge an arm and a leg for all those sardines. And they're not even that good. And they keep raising their prices on everybody. Why doesn't everybody kick him out? Not play with him? Just because he has a pool. And they all want to get invited to his swimming party. Have you seen his abs? He's in 5th grade and he's already ripped. It's not fair.
Dad works mornings, picking up extra shifts. Mom works graveyard, no good night kiss. They work in the cannery, 3 miles away. Minimum wage needs to be raised. I go to school, then come right back. I cook, I clean, I try not to crack. I love my siblings, don't get me wrong. But I'd like to be a kid too, not always having to be so strong. They're usually loud, they're usually fighting. I help with their homework, even in bad lighting. I'm only 11. I want to play soccer bad, but after paying the bills, there's no money for that. My friends always ask me to come and play, but I can't. I'm watching my siblings all day. I try my best to pay attention in school. I'm always so tired, but I follow all of the rules. I love my parents. They work hard for us. I want to see them more, not just at dusk. I miss my parents every day. The minimum wage needs to be raised.
Whispers in the playground, they say that my dad is evil. They say he's snatching the food out the mouths of the people. Say he's going for the greed like a bad movie sequel. He's stealing all the freedom like he kidnapped the bald eagle. But all things being equal, to me he's just my dad, the cat that taught me how to play t-ball. We don't hang anymore. He gets home, walks straight up the stairs to the room with the curved door on the 3rd floor that he calls the boss's office, mumbling something about top profits, odd deposits, cost conflicts, and how the cannery moving soon we may be eating with chopsticks. All reasons why he don't have the time, another lost promise. I think pennies, nickels, and dimes, in the cents, can make change. And ain't nothing innocent about minimum wage. In a sense, to get that castle in the sand, you gotta battle the waves. But when you see my family in the street, please don't yell in my face. A proletariat cause shouldn't separate the human race. Hope I said it clear, man. Hope the speech had no impediments. Pray my rhetoric can bang on doors on mansions in Connecticut to the floors of tenements. These sentiments, so sincere in the etiquette. Hope everyone one day gets the due benefits.
My mom and I live close by to them. My school is not so close. Unfortunately, our friend Daisy was fired, and she's our roommate, and we're not sure what we're gonna do for rent. My mom earns minimum wage. I can't believe it. What are we gonna do? We're gonna be kicked out of our apartment. Every day I walk from school to the diner, and I have to do my homework here. I have to be quiet. This is where I eat. What's Daisy gonna do? Should we kick her out? I don't know. My mom says we should support this minimum wage 15 now, and we'd be better off. But they're threatening. They're saying that we shouldn't, that they close the diner. And then what are we gonna do? Are we gonna be like Daisy? It's just so much. I mean, I wish I could get a job. I'm only a 5th grader, but I don't know what we're gonna do.
It would be a mistake to pretend I can teach children without letting political and economic issues come through the door, because they are embedded in the life of every child in my class. Minimum wage is an example that affects everyone in this classroom, from depriving some from covering their basic needs to creating misconceptions on those who are in a position to help others. What should I teach them? How can I empower students at an age where their power is still very limited to change their current circumstances? Maybe through teaching empathy, action, understanding, to help each other. I think I got it. I have to teach them a specific skill that they can use all the time. Critical thinking. Together, we have to question everything. In that way, whether the issue is minimum wage, inequality, or any other, they will be able to question and look for answers, rather than just accepting information fed by others.
Awesome. So now, everyone gets to vote on minimum wage. So what we're going to need is 2 lines. There's going to be a voting booth here. And there's going to be a voting booth right where this stuff is. When you get there, you should have a pencil. And you would clearly mark yes or no. So yes or no. Those are your choices. After you mark yes or no, you put it inside of a voting box. And Make sure that you give the person in front of you enough space for privacy. So this is gonna be called a blind vote. A blind vote. So that means that no one's gonna know who voted for what, and it's anonymous. And there are ballots up here already for you. So do we wanna start on this side and bring it this way? Start on this side and this side.
You can start over here.
And there's more. Did we miss anyone? A few abstains? Okay, so here we go. Anybody else need to vote? Okay, great. So here we go. I have 1 yes.
And 1 no,
I have 1 yes.
1 yes,
I have a no.
1 yes.
I have a yes.
Have a yes with 4 little parts. And another yes.
All right, so the measure has passed, everybody. We're back. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so don't go anywhere. You can just grab a seat and you're